Hello everybody, I'm Valerie. Today let's go further to study lithium battery parameters like resistance, self-discharge and BMS. Maybe you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, but please don't be confused and just follow me and you'll understand. My dear friend, you know what? When the current passes through the battery, it will meet resistance, which will lower the voltage of the battery. You may have learned something in high school, right? Obviously, the larger the cross-sectional area, the shorter the length, both cause the smaller resistance. If you can memorize the resistance formula, great, that's enough. No matter it is single battery cell or battery pack, ensure a certain range of resistance in order to avoid energy loss. Besides, batteries do have cycle life just like human beings. The definition of the cycle life is simply one total charge and discharge. Basically, lithium batteries have a cycle lifespan of 3,000 to 4,000 times and the battery condition is 100% perfect. But after the peak of the battery cycle life, the battery condition would decline, maybe 80% or 70%. Your cell phone battery is an obvious example. And then self-discharge is the loss of energy from a battery when it is not in use. You may feel strange that you haven't used your cell phone for a long time and eventually find it totally out of power. This is very easy to understand. Self-discharge is also a performance of battery. Technically speaking, the battery pack mainly achieves the requirement or standards through the series or parallel connection of the cell. Series increases the voltage, while parallel increases the capacity. Only in this way, battery can meet its electrical functions. Bro, it's very hard to only rely on a single cell. For example, we have several 3.2 volt and 100 amp-hour cells, and a series of 4 cells is needed to make the 12.8 volt battery pack. A 200 amp-hour battery pack requires the 2 cells to be connected in parallel. Of course, we do not encourage that a battery pack use a large number of cells. 16 is absolutely enough. And let's go inside the internal structure of a battery. A battery consists of a BMS, insulating board, outer cover, and other accessories. The BMS is likely the brain of the battery pack, controlling and balancing its performance. And come on, let's look at this. Insulating board is to prevent short circuit. The battery pack has an outer package to protect it. Since the package is mentioned, the battery less than 30 kg is mainly made of plastic packaging shell, and the cost of the plastic shell is relatively low. Batteries weighing more than 30 kg use metal enclosures, but those are expensive.
Why not use plastic for all batteries?
But the problem is that metal shell can be customized at will, and the plastic shells needs the stamping of the mold. And the cost of plastic mold is extremely expensive. The BMS is an important part of the battery pack. If you charge a battery, it cannot stop absorbing power, so the battery will be overcharged. But the BMS can tell the battery when it is time to stop charging or discharging. Generally, a battery cell stops discharging when the voltage drops to 3.2 volts and stops charging when the voltage increases to 3.65 volts. This is the most fundamental function of the BMS. Based on that, the BMS can balance cells' functions and prevent battery from overcharge and overheat. In addition, QH technology can also customize Bluetooth function in BMS. In that case, when the user's phone is connected to the BMS of the battery through Bluetooth, the battery parameters such as voltage, current, state of charge, etc. can be read on the phone. BMS can also support other communication ports through which customers can check battery parameters from computers or inverters. And that's all for today's video. Everything you need to know about battery is totally here. If you have learned something from this kind of video, please give it a like and subscribe our channel. I'm Valerie. Feel free to ask anything in the comment section.